All right. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Nagy on Sports as we get this playoff season going. Kit Nagy here for Nagy on Sports. Phil is busy today. He's gonna get the game kicked off, but then he's gonna head out because he's got some work to do around the house and around the yard on his Saturday. So we're gonna get this one going though. We have the Bears and at home in the NFC Wildcard against the Buccaneers. Big game here. Very surprising to see the Bears make it in our playoff season with a roster that many would say is not the best. But obviously we're excited to get this one going and get our postseason going for you all. We'll get this notification stuff out of the way. So there he is, Justin Fields, of course, of Ohio State, coming out with his Bears in this wild card game. Big matchup against Tom Brady, the unretired Tom Brady, and his Buccaneers, looking to get back to that Super Bowl again, and a big battle in the NFC here. And I'm going to make sure we get the kickoff going here. Alrighty, Bears kicking off to the Buccaneers. It is fielded there in the end zone and for a touchback. Takes a knee. So the Buccaneers and Tom Brady are going to take the ball first, and they're going to open our postseason here for the NFC Wildcard. Bears and Buccaneers, big game, like we said. I'm very excited to watch this one. And keep in mind, I'm doing this one solo, so we'll have to watch and suffer through all the highlights and all of the delayed things that are going on. Tom Brady quickly finding Mike Evans out on the outside. Really wide open, easy pitch and catch there to the outside for a quick first down for the Buccaneers. And Buccaneers come out punching. We're going to watch this one again. Tom Brady just lines that one up, and he's just sitting there in the zone as Mike Evans. Very easily done, and gets some nice yardage after the catch as well to get the Buccaneers going. Obviously, Bruce Arians there on the sideline. He has retired. Probably, some say it's potentially because of the relationship between him and Tom Brady. As Fournette going to get a handoff up the middle and another first down for these Buccaneers. A nice little rush for 14 yards up the middle that goes Fournette. But Bruce Arians obviously has retired, so really the head coach there will be Todd Bowles. And that is not yet updated on our sim. Nice run there for Fournette, taking contact and continuing through the tackle. Does Fournette. Tom Brady now in a shotgun. Running back on his right hip, tight ends in the little ace formation on the outside. Little bench concept here as Tom Brady looks to the outside, but kind of overthrows his receiver, just throwing it away. Not liking what he was seeing. Good coverage there from the Bears defense. Tom Brady again in the gun, takes the snap. Throws down the middle. He's got a man, but it's intercepted by the Bears on a little tip drill action. Wow. That not the opening after a very, very solid beginning of a first drive there for the Buccaneers. Tom Brady just kind of throws one into contested coverage there. And the Bears able to come up with a big tip drill interception and take that one away. Big turning point there early in this game, potentially giving the Bears some momentum and some juice out of this one. And we'll see what Justin Fields can do with it. As he hands the ball off to Montgomery up the middle. Nice little run for 9 yards off to the left side. Quick little B-gap shot there. Brings up a second one. And a little play action there. Setting up the to the outside. Looks like he's got a man, but it's going to go backwards. That was not a great throw as Justin Fields 100% 1 for 1 for -5 yards. Not ideal. 3rd and 6 here off of that 2nd and 1 as as Disley went backwards with the ball. Really, really not great. Not only throwing outside, but then coming back and not an uncontested throw to the outside, trying to avoid the tackler, but unable to do anything positive with the ball there. In the shotgun, Fields surveying, kind of working up in the pocket, but then throws outside to Disley, and he's going to make up for that not great second down with a third down reception, the first down coming, as he is able to produce a much better out route and flash some nice numbers to his quarterback to give him the opportunity to pick up that first down. Actually threw it a little bit short of the line to gain, but the defender was not close enough to make the tackle in time. Yeah, Phil mentions that Eberflus, he of course created the Bears' new head coach. He created in the game looks more like Eberflus than our own or Madden's own. I guess we can't take credit for that horrible rendition of Kevin Stefanski. The fact that Kevin Stefanski looks nothing like the real thing, whereas Eberflus looks a little bit at least like the real thing. It's a little bit embarrassing for EA Sports that they are not able to come up with a better rendition than that. And I fully agree. As Tom Brady's going to get tackled on a scramble drill for a sack. That's a 3rd and 9. Brings up a 3rd and 9 here. Or, excuse me, not Tom Brady, Justin Fields. Getting sacked here on the scramble drill, kind of trying to get to the outside. It looked like he was tucking and running, but nice contain here from the Buccaneers defense. Able to corral Justin Fields, not letting him get away. So 3rd and 9. On the 42 of the Bears. Back to pass. Fields throws to the outside. He's got a man, but it's a little bit of a dump off, and Montgomery not able to get the work done. He's going to bring up a 4th and 4 here. And that is not what the Bears wanted to see on offense, kind of stumbling there short of the 50-yard line and unable to continue to keep this drive alive. So instead, they're going to punt. And we'll get to see the Buccaneers on offense again. Unfortunately for the Bears, unable to capitalize on the turnover from their defense with that little tip drill pick. And there, actually a really poor punt from the Bears punter, Martin, I believe. But not a great punt, kind of goes off the side of his foot. And out of bounds at the 27, was looking for a coffin corner, but unfortunately angled it far too much. And good field position for Tom Brady as he hands the ball off. That's Leonard Fournette. His second rush of the game, 19 yards now. Tom Brady under center in an ace formation, or a single back formation, excuse me, not an ace. Throws a little bit of a wheel route, almost picked. That was dangerous throw as the defender was making the play on the ball. Tom Brady didn't see him coming, and he was fortunate that one didn't go for a pick six. He had been gone very quickly. Tom Brady finding a guy out on the outside. Mike Evans looks like he was out of bounds, though, so he is not going to... Actually, no, they're going to say he got his feet in. That was Godwin. 8-yard reception and a first down, but I'm surprised they called that... in. It looked like he had a foot out of bounds. Tom Brady over the middle finds his man and able to pick up 5 yards to his running back, settling over the middle of the defense there. Little play action to Fournette, or actually I think that was Gio Bernard, as was the receiver on the last play. Gio Bernard over the middle. And Roquan Smith with a nice tackle there brings up 3rd and 5. Tom Brady in the gun, running back to his right side, and trips to his left. Single receiver to his right brings Mike Evans in motion. Over the middle, wide open. Is his man breaking tackles, continuing down the field. Nice pitch and catch, and nice continued yards after the catch there. As Gage, the new receiver there, picked up in Tampa Bay, they somehow managed to make that very dangerous core even better, picking up Gage and he makes the Bears defense pay here. That was nice exploitation of the zone over the middle from Tom Brady, hitting him right in stride, but then Cage really does the rest as he works his way up, breaks a few tackles, and a lot of damage done there as the Buccaneers are going to jump off sides, which will set them back 5 yards here and bring up a 1st and 15. Obviously, ex-coach Bruce Arians still in front office, but ex-coach no longer the head coach, but not happy with that one. Out to the outside, tight end is Wilson. 5-yard reception from Tom Brady. Bunch formation to the left. Tom Brady back to pass. Throws a bit of a wobbler outside. Not the best throw we've seen from him today, but does actually saying incomplete. I guess his foot was out of bounds that time, and brings up 3rd and 10. From under center, throws to his outlet to the outside. That's Leonard Fournette, but that's not going to get it done. So 4th and 9 off of the 1-yard reception to Fournette. And from the 26, Tampa Bay on a 4th and 9 will elect to kick a field goal here, I'd imagine. If you're just joining us, welcome in to Nagy on Sports as our playoff commences here with the Bears and the Buccaneers. Phil is busy today, working on some household chores and yard chores around the house. We do hope to get a Browns postseason game in, which would be the Chargers, or against the Chargers today, as the field goal from Tampa Bay is up and good. But hoping to get a Browns game in later today when Phil has some time, probably 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern, somewhere in that range is what we're looking at, possibly to get a Browns playoff game in for you all. And looking forward to that one, of course. But in the meantime, I'm going to call a few of these non-Browns games while Phil is busy working and getting some things done. I'm going to call a few of these for you. So excited to have you all here and excited to get this playoffs going. So the Bears take over on their own 14, down 3. A little scramble from Justin Fields, and he throws it, quickly finds a man after starting to scramble and picks up 6 yards. Nice little dart there out on the run to his tight end. That's that's Disley. Brings up a 2nd and 4. Out of the gun. Montgomery on his left hip. He does hand off on inside zone to Montgomery, and he's going to get tackled into the first down. He initially was going to be short of the line to gain, but the tackle and the momentum takes him forward over the line and able to get that first down for these Bears. Under center now is Justin Fields, bunch left. He hands it off up the middle. That's Montgomery again, and Montgomery is going to pick up his 4th rush now for 22 yards on the day. And picks up 4 yards there, 2nd and 6. Hands off again to Montgomery. Nice little spin move there in the hole to find some little bit of softness in the line, but quickly closes. Just a couple yards picked up there from Montgomery. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Bunch formation under center. And kind of interesting throw there to Cole Kmet. Threw it on the inside and high, where only Kmet could get his hands, his paws on the ball. Nicely done. Nice ball positioning and past the chains, more importantly, so that even though he came down right away, Cole Kmet was in a position to pick up that first down. But you can see there on the replay where the body positioning from Kmet and nice ball position from Justin Fields to make sure that was going to be a first down on the contested catch. Out of the shotgun, handoff to Montgomery up the middle, and he picks up just a couple here. I call it 3, and brings up a 2nd and 7. Snap to Fields, throws quickly to the outside. He's got his tight end, Disley, out on the perimeter. Just a few more yards there, brings up a 3rd and 5, kind of that 3rd and medium range. Would have liked to see a few more yards on that one. Justin Fields surveys, got his man. That's Dissly again, right up the middle, nicely taking advantage of the weakness in the levels of that zone there, and Justin Fields really nicely threads the needle on that spot. He had a narrow window to fit the ball in, and just kind of hits his guy right in stride where he needed it for a big first down for these Bears. You get to see that one again. You can see that window is kind of tight between the two linebackers, and he just throws it right in stride there. And he had a nice gap between the levels as well, behind the linebackers, but in front of the safeties, and nicely done to pick up that, nicely schemed really to pick up that first down there for the Bears. And Justin Fields going to pick up a big sack here. Tried to scramble, but really ran into the pressure from Vita Vea, who was there and ready. It's just a huge whiff from the tackle out on the outside. Not a great play there for the Bears. And really kind of surprising from Justin Fields. He's usually a little bit more elusive than that. You wouldn't expect him to run into the pressure like that. Of course, now Vita Vea, an X factor, is going to be in the zone. Little play action fake, throws to the outside. That's Dissly. He's going to get a bit of a head of steam going, but unable to break the tackle, and brings up a 3rd and 16. Not able to get more there. So Justin Fields going to have to do it with his arms. He scrambles out to the outside. Instead, he's going to take off with his legs. Nice block from his receiver up the sideline. Justin Fields slides and does pick up that first down. What a play there from Justin Fields, sensing the fact that he had green grass to run to out on the outside of the perimeter. Nobody from the defense able to catch with it. We'll see this one. Nice block from the tackle there. And then watch this receiver out on the outside make a critical block just in time to spring Justin Fields for that first down, and then slides before he takes that contact. Love seeing it. That's exactly what you want to see from your young quarterback. In the gun, it's Justin Fields. Hands off up the middle to Montgomery. Montgomery going to get tackled pretty quickly as that defensive line collapsed very quickly in the center, only able to pick up 2 yards there. Under center in the I formation. Going to hand off to Montgomery again, and Montgomery quickly to the line picks up about 4 there, call it 3, and he is going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Just Fields in the gun at the end, start of the second quarter, and trying to scramble touchdown. Oh, okay, it is a touchdown. He dropped the ball quickly. I wasn't sure if he had dropped it or if they were going to call that a touchdown, but they did say he had possession, so that is going to be a touchdown for the Bears. Nicely done there, getting 6 on the field as Justin Fields oddly kind of indecisive on this, kind of resetting his feet, but then finds a man right in stride on that deep flag route and able to connect to Pringle. That's the free agent signing from Kansas City that came in to these Bears. He was the 3rd and or 4th receiver really there in Kansas City. And looking to have a better, in a less talented receiving core, kind of a bigger role with the Bears, and Pringle able to snag that touchdown as he just came open kind of late, and Justin Fields able to hit him after kind of looking a little uneasy in the pocket, but nice concentration to keep his eyes downfield and find his man breaking open at a critical moment, and the Bears are going to go up 7-3. Short kick and returned out past the 20, out to the 23 from Bernard, the kick returner for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brings up 1st and 10. Tom Brady, we'll see what he can do here. Down 4 early in the second. Shotgun for Tom Brady. Gets a snap. Finds a guy quickly outside. It's going to be caught. Wow, for a moment I thought that was picked. I wasn't sure which who had the ball. Little chip drill action. It's caught by one of the Buccaneers. I didn't catch who that was. But one of the Buccaneers actually ended up catching that ball, bailing out Tom Brady, because that was nearly picked as he goes to the outside there and hits Godwin for his second catch of the day. Roquan Smith on the tackle. Tom Brady back to pass. throws to the outside. Dangerous throw, but finds Godwin. Or correction, Mike Evans out on the outside. And Mike Evans with his second catch, 27 yards for him. Roby Coleman with the tackle. First and 10, Buccaneers from their 36. Tom in the gun. Surveying the field, throws to the outside. He's got a man breaking open, not able to come down with the ball. Nice throw from Tom Brady, but really nicely defensed from these Bears, able to just knock the ball away last moment from the talented receiving corps. Zatachiu's going to come in for a nice sack of Tom Brady. Brings up a 3rd and 18. And this defense really responding here on this drive to what their offense did for them, as they've done some good things. First that PBU earlier, and then Zatachiu right there, able to come free and sack Tom Brady. 3rd and 18 here for Tampa Bay on their own 28. Tom Brady in the gun. Fournette on his left hip. Actually, that's Gio Bernard. He is going to throw to Gio Bernard on the outside on a little dump-off and breaks the first tackle, but not able to get even back to the original line of scrimmage. And the dump-off does not pay off. 4th and 14, bring out the punt unit. As Nicole Roby Coleman with the tackle, his second on the day. So Tampa Bay to punt. A nice booming kick there from Tampa Bay. They're going to get just a few yards on the return for the Bears. And here comes Justin Fields after his big touchdown drive, touchdown scoring drive. Looking to capitalize here as the momentum is pretty solidly in the Bears' corner here at home. Out of the gun, Justin Fields kind of working his way in the pocket, finds a guy breaking open. That was nicely done there as he finds his man in that zone, really coming free. That was T.Y. Hilton, which is a trade that we made happen, or actually a pickup that we made happen, I believe. I don't think that's actually... that was a guess from us as to where T.Y. may end up. But T.Y. Hilton with a nice catch and breaking free in the zone there. And Justin Fields continues to be very, very good on the day. Hey, George, welcome in. And indeed, go Bears in this one. We all of us Ohio State fans are cheering for Justin Fields in this one. He's been very good today, George. So definitely excited to see him perform well here at home, as you see the momentum is strongly in the Bears' favor. Justin Fields hands off. That's Montgomery up the middle. Actually, no, not Montgomery on that carry. That was Cohen. Brings up a 3rd and 1. Yeah, absolutely got to root for Justin Fields. He's so good at Ohio State, and just an very talented but humble and deserving young man, and really hope the best for him in the NFL. T.Y. Hilton on the outside able to pick up that first down with that reception. As he finds his man out on that little bench concept, the out route, T.Y. Hilton. So, 9:45 left in the half here. 7-3 Bears, and Justin Fields scrambling and is going to get sacked as Joe Tryon comes in and throws a wicked forearm shiver there to Justin Fields. And that's going to bring up a big 2nd and 20 for these Bears. Actually, just kind of shoved him over. It wasn't even hardly a tackle. He just kind of pushed over Justin Fields, and Justin Fields kind of went tumbling to the ground there. Little ace formation here under center. Justin Fields to hand off up the middle. That's Montgomery. Nice little move in the hole as he's going to pick up the first down and maybe more. He's going to go. Touchdown. touchdown, Bears. What a run from Montgomery. That was incredible. Nice little shifty move in the hole, makes some guys miss, then hits the afterburners, and then nobody was catching him. They did have a defender in the area trying to catch him, but there was really no way he was going to catch him. And nice blocking out on the outside there, too. Look at those guys. There's that broken tackle, but kind of a bunch of guys in the defense taking shots at Montgomery, not able to come up with that tackle. And so the Bears are going to take a 14-3 lead here at half, or in the first half. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. But nice drive there. Really nice production, especially after that big sack. A little surprise play run up the middle from Montgomery. And or actually really to kind of zone out to the outside, a bit of a zone stretch out on the outside. And then Montgomery just makes a beautiful cut and does the rest with his feet and his ability to break tackles. That was incredible. So, Gio Bernard takes the kickoff and takes it out to the 24. We'll see what Tom Brady has to respond here on this, on what was, what was a very, very nice drive for the Bears. Tom Brady under center. Single back. He's going to throw an inside run there to Fournette. Really not much doing there. Only 2 yards on the pickup there. Brings up a 2nd and 8. Tom Brady in the gun. Quick throw to the outside. He's got his man. And they pick up that first down nicely there as Cameron Brate on the reception, hitting his big-bodied tight end. Tom Brady to throw. He's got a man. Oh, wow, that should have been picked. That was a concentration drop to be sure, as unable to come up with that one is the Bears defender. I'm not sure who that was, but unable to pick that off. Tom Brady just throws this one away as the pressure was getting near. 3rd and 10. Bears up 14-3, 7:43 left in the second quarter. A little screen action to the outside, and that one works, even though surprisingly he was already past all of his blockers. The blockers really just engaging the defenders out on the perimeter. It was odd, and he just kind of, Tom Brady just kind of lobbed it over top of everybody to his running back, who was breaking free of all the blockers and the defenders. We're going to see this one again. It just kind of lobs it over the head, just barely clears it, in fact, and Gio Bernard able to pick up big yardage on the screen, but not traditionally how you would set up a screen. Obviously, you'd want your running back behind the blockers and the blockers to run out in front. It was kind of an odd developing play there on the screen. Little delayed handoff up the middle. That is Leonard Fournette. His 4th carry of the day, 27 yards for him. Brings Mike Evans in motion. Tom Brady quickly over the center and picks up another first down for the Buccaneers, responding well here to the touchdown scoring drive from the Bears. So, Tom Brady surveys the field, pressure in his face. He's kind of scrambling, does finally throw it away, and able to escape that one. It was looking dangerous. He was going backwards, so he was going to take a big sack if he didn't get rid of it, but he did in time. A little swing pass out to the outside to his outlet receiver, Fournette, and unable to pick up any yards there is Fournette, 3rd and 10. Tom Brady in the gun, brings a man in motion, back to pass, and got a guy over the center, but not going to pick up the first down there. A few yards short is Gio Bernard, 4th and 2. His 4th reception there for 30 yards. So, kind of a wonder if they're going to choose to go for this or not. Only 2 yards to pick up, or if they're going to settle for a field goal. They do elect to settle for a field goal here. This one will be a 47-yarder. And it is good. So Buccaneers tack on 3 more points to their score but obviously right now we've got a, 2 touchdowns to 2 field goals. You certainly feel a lot more comfortable as the Bears with your two touchdowns as opposed to the Buccaneers, who can't seem to finish their drives and coming away with only field goals in response. As the momentum meter is still solidly in the Bears' corner. All right, Justin Fields back out on the field. He's got an ace formation here. Going to bring one of his tight ends in motion, a little wham concept, but he's got Montgomery loose up the center there, and a big tackle from the safety undercuts Montgomery. And I know running backs don't like tackles like that because it's kind of targeting the knees there, and that's a quick way to get injured in the NFL. But Montgomery does take quick advantage of that wham concept. We don't see that work very often in this game, but it worked there. And Montgomery able to get a quick first down for the Bears, continuing to roll. Out to the outside goes Fields to his man Disley. And Disley able to come away with it, although Tampa Bay is going to challenge whether or not he's in bounds. If it stands, it will be a pickup of 8 and bring up a 2nd and 2. If not, we'll be looking at a 2nd and 10. So looks like he's got, well, it's going to depend on whether or not they say he's got possession before that, because he had a foot down, but it depends on when they're going to say the possession was, if he had that foot down on the previous step or not. So they are going to say it stands, and stands is called 2nd and 2, so Disley does pick up 8. Little delayed handoff up the center. That one's not going anywhere as Vita Vea there for the tackle quickly, and Montgomery not able to pick up any yardage. 3rd and 2. The gun on 3rd and 2 to pass. He's got his man so wide open. You can't leave a guy out on the outside like that on a 3rd and 2 with nobody even near him. And that's the first catch we've seen from Mooney. 16 yards on a critical first down pickup. 3rd and 2, and it just caught him in his zone. Not a great defensive play call there, and Justin Fields really makes him pay here as you see nobody in the area to make a play on it. The corner had dropped back into a deep third. You had the linebacker trying to cover the flat, but the problem is he didn't have good position that far out to be able to make a play on it, and Justin Fields makes them pay and picks up a first down to his number 1 receiver, Mooney. Quick run is snuffed out quite quickly by the defense. Only 2 yards for Montgomery. Brings up a 2nd and 8. Back to pass is Justin Fields. Out to the outside. He's got his man, but really not a lot doing there as he's only going to pick up a yard. Is Drummond, the rookie receiver. This year's draft pick for the Chicago Bears. 3rd and 7. Bears driving here. And he's going to air it out deep. He's got a man, but it's going to be a jump ball situation, and not able to come up with the pass is the Bears receiver. And Justin Fields really didn't put a good touch on the ball there. He had it a little bit high. And then the kick to follow is a bit short. No good. So the Bears come away with nothing here as they just attempted a 51-yarder, but just short on the attempt. So no points for the Bears.
Let's go home, boy.
If you're just joining us, welcome in. Kit Nagy for Nagy on Sports. Phil is busy doing some work around the house, so I'll be calling this one for you as we start our playoffs with these Bears at home in the Wildcard, NFC Wildcard against the Buccaneers. And Tom Brady, quick snap, and kind of had to go up to get that snap a little high. Bit of a high snap, but able to pick up 5 yards on a quick ball out of his hand situation. Tom Brady, the outside, has got his man, but he puts him out very quickly is Cameron Brate. 3rd and 5. Under center. Takes his 7-step drop and then just going to take a big sack there. Really trying to throw it away, it looked like, but then decided just to hold on to it and and takes a sack instead. So the Buccaneers are going to quickly have to punt after a 3 and out there. Nice punt. And the Buccaneers are going to down this one at the 3. The Bears are going to take over there and have the 97 yards in front of them to go. So the Bears will come out with an I formation under center. Handoff up the middle as you would expect in such crowded confines near the goal line, and able to pick up 4 yards is Cage. So I think that was Montgomery. I read the tackle. Justin Fields to take the snap. He's got a man on the little drag route. That is Montgomery with his first reception of the game. And very, very efficient day for Justin Fields. Now 15 of 16 passing, 105 yards. But he is actually, no, that was the second reception for Montgomery. My mistake. But Justin Fields very, very good so far on this one. Scrambling to the outside, he's going to take off. He's got room to run. He's going to slide just short of the sticks. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2. Hey, 504, welcome in. And happy birthday to you and your twin sister. And that scramble is going to bring up halftime here. And the Buccaneers are going to kick it away, and the Bears are going to have the first possession of the half, up 14-6. And all the momentum at home in their favor. This crowd is in it, and Justin Fields has been very efficient with the ball, and the running attack has been excellent from these Bears, really clicking on all phases, especially on offense. Under center, bunch formation to his left, single back. Justin Fields hands off up the middle. Nice little cut to the outside as he is able to get some nice yardage there. And Montgomery now 15 attempts, 115 yards and a touchdown. He has been very good today. Little pitch to the outside. He's quickly corralled by the defense there, is Montgomery. Brings up a 3rd and 6. Of course, Bruce Arian no longer the head coach for these Buccaneers. That's now filled by Todd Bowles, who's taken over for him, although Bruce Arians is still in the front office for the Buccaneers. Little movement on the line from the right tackle, and these Bears are going to go backwards 5 and bringing up a 3rd and 11. So what was a 3rd and manageable suddenly becomes a 3rd and long, and that is not the direction you want to be going, obviously. Out of the gun, Fields got a man on the outside, but he is going to be well short, is Montgomery on his 3rd catch. Now 16 of 17, 147 on a touchdown is Justin Fields. But that one is not going to get it done. Brings up a 4th and 5, and out comes the punt unit. Welcome in, Sean. Go Browns. And if you join us hopefully later today, we're planning to bring our first Browns playoff game. Once Phil has completed the work he's doing around the house and around the yard on his Saturday. But I probably am going to be doing at least one more of these postseason games, non-Browns postseason games. We're going to try to bring you all of the postseason. But we are trying to get to the Browns. As you see, there's the ticker line with the Browns playing Los Angeles, the Chargers, in their playoff game. They were the number 2 seed on the AFC side. But we're hoping to get to that maybe 9 p.m., 10 p.m., somewhere around there. Eastern is when we're looking to try to get bring you all a Browns game. So look for that in the Discord. The announcement should be going up when we plan to go live. Oh, good. You had mentioned that you were going to. I think that's a good bet on the. Actually, I don't know. I think the Browns very well can hit the over on that one. They've got such a good roster. There's a nice little cut in the hole from Leonard Fournette. Shifty little run from him. He's known more as a power rusher, but that time kind of showing his shiftiness in the hole as he just kind of sidestepped one tackler and then made his way to a second whiffed tackle later in the hole. It was really nicely done. Not his forte, but he obviously got it done there. Quick out from Tom Brady, picking up 4 to Cameron Brate, his tight end. His 4th reception, 16 yards for him. Tom Brady, play action. Oh, wow. It was almost picked, then almost caught, then dropped over the middle, 3rd and 6. And what's the payout for that? What odds did they give you on the 300 you put down? Yeah, Browns fans are really everywhere. They're well represented across the country, but they also they travel well, and they're obviously we've got a very loyal fan base, so not afraid to show off our Browns fandom, and yeah, they're everywhere. I run into them a lot myself, even out here on the West Coast, it is a great fandom to be a part of, I think. So, 1st and 10 for Tom Brady under center. Hands off to the outside. That's Leonard Fournette. And he's only going to pick up a few yards here. Only one, actually, yard on the stretch play as Roquan Smith able to stretch the field and make a tackle out on the perimeter. Brings up 2nd and 9 from the Bears' 47. Under center's Tom Brady. Single back. Delayed handoff up the middle. The defense was not looking for that one as the hole opened up very quickly, and Fournette, takes advantage of it very quickly, picking up a nice 6 yards, 3rd and 3. Tom Brady back to pass. He's got a man just sitting in the zone there as the Buccaneers pick up that 1st down and Gage, the 3rd receiver, on the receiving end of that one, and Roquan Smith on the tackle. And Gage has been very good for them in this game, but he is quite the pickup for Tampa Bay. We already mentioned it earlier, but he was quite the making an already dangerous receiving core for Tom Brady that much better as it comes in for that 3rd wide receiver role in this offense. Tom Brady changing the play and the formation, trips left, back to pass, and he's going to hit his dump off to the outside. That's Gio Bernard. Brings up a 2nd and 1. Tom Brady bringing his man in motion. Back to pass. He's got a man. And that was Godwin, who was the man in motion earlier. Now, only 7 rushes and 33 passes for these Buccaneers. Really heavy on the passing side of the game. Outside handoff to Leonard Fournette, his 8th rush of the game, 44 yards for him now. 2nd and 6. And Tampa Bay threatening. Back to pass. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That was too easy. Can't allow that to happen out on the outside. Mike Evans is much too good. You can't let him come loose like that. Tom Brady will hit that every time out on the outside shoulder. Really no defender in the area able to make a play with this well-positioned pass, as you see it there. And way too much space for Mike Evans to make a play in the corner of the end zone on that flag route. There is no way Tom Brady's missing that one. So, Tampa Bay will go for 2 here to try to tie up the game. Brings Mike Evans in motion. Back to pass. Found a man out on the outside. Quickly converted. And DeCastro for Tampa Bay is injured. But the score is now tied 14-14 as Tampa Bay responds in a big way. DeCastro is going to go to the locker room, so he is going to be out for the remainder of this game and potentially further into the postseason, should Tampa Bay advance. Yeah, that'll be a nice payoff if you hit it there, Sean. I do think you got a good shot at it, too. So, the Bears will take over from their 25. Justin Fields in the shotgun. Montgomery on his right hip. Back to pass. Got pressure coming, but he quickly dumps it off to the outside. He sensed that pressure coming, able to get rid of the ball. Only 3 on the pickup, but better than a sack, certainly. On the outside to his outlet receiver. Oh, I misread what you said earlier. I thought you had put it on the over. I could just copy you're on the under at 10 wins. Okay. All right. I can see it. It's very possible they're going to be right in there. Obviously, Vegas knows what they're doing, which is how they come up with this and how they make money on bets like that. But it could go either way. Obviously, it's a very, very stacked AFC, but the arguably one of the best rosters in the AFC is the Browns, especially with Watson at the helm. And if they can really come together as a unit, they could be very good. As scramble here from Justin, and Justin Fields slides just short of the first down. 3rd and 1. Shotgun, quick out, kind of not a great position on the ball to Disley, but Disley able to do a bit of a pirouette there to come away with a catch and a first down. Actually, I give a lot of credit to Disley on that one, as Justin Fields made it a lot harder than it should have been. His receiver was open here. We're going to see another look at this. Not the best throw, especially a short one, but throws it on the inside. I guess he's kind of trying to throw it away from the defender a bit, but probably not the best throw, making it a lot harder than it needed to be on the conversion, but Disley gets it done anyway. Out of the gun is Justin Fields. Nicely done there. Bullet to his man. That is T.Y. Hilton with a quick reception. Another quick first down. His 4th reception on the day, 57 yards to T.Y. Hilton. And again, Justin Fields, he's sensing that little bit of pressure, kind of a sidestep. Nice ball to T.Y. In the zone there. And, Justin Fields really putting together an outstanding effort here in this playoff game. Threatening again. Montgomery out to the outside, only able to pick up a few here, or just 1 yard really on that rush to the outside. As Devin White on the tackle, delayed handoff to Montgomery, and he's only going to pick up another yard or 2. Call it no gain, actually. Tackled at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 9. See what the Bears do. Back to pass. He's got his man. Nobody there to make a tackle. That's Montgomery with another catch. And the outlet serves in this case. The defense was really too far back. They ran off a lot of the defenders there with the routes that were that they were covering deeper down the field. And the outlet able to pick up the first down as nobody was there to come up on the play to tackle the outlet receiver in Montgomery. A nice little throw off his back foot from Justin Fields to make that one happen, but all in the the effort after the catch to make sure that first down was converted. But yes, wide open indeed. Hands on the inside to Montgomery. Little zone read there. Brings up a 2nd and 4, gain of 6. Yeah, that's a quite a bet. $1,000 on the under for the Browns based off of your bet. Interesting. It's a lot of money to put on it. 2nd and 4. Tie ball game, 14-14. 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Man in motion, and he's going to quick hand off T.Y. Hilton out on the outside, and that's going to pick up the first down. Defense was not looking for the end around action there. And that quick handoff to T.Y. Hilton, able to gain the perimeter and the first down. Brings up a 1st and goal for these Bears, who have been very, very efficient on offense and now threatening again from inside the 10. Actually from, looks like, about the 6-yard line. Justin Fields under center. 2 tight ends left, brings one of them in motion. And a handoff up the middle to Montgomery. He's going to break a tackle and run over a guy as Chicago Blythe is going to be injured on the play. 2nd and goal from the 1. Nice run from Montgomery, forcing his way closer to that end zone line as Blythe does go to the locker room. He is going to be out for this game, and of course, if Chicago advances, he may miss additional playoff time should they continue on. Out of the gun is Fields. He's going to hand off up the middle. Too easy. Touchdown Bears. Montgomery on the delayed handoff on the inside, and really Tampa Bay did not sniff that one out at all. Way too easy as a massive hole in the middle there. Well blocked, and Chicago is going to retake the lead, soon to be 21-14. As you can see, that massive hole, really no one there to make a tackle at all. An uncontested touchdown, and the pressure to the inside in an effort looked like they were trying to pass rush out of the, expecting a pass out of the gun from Justin Fields, and that delayed handoff on the inside, taking advantage of that stunt to the inside, opens up a huge hole for Montgomery, and nobody there to make a tackle. Touchdown. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. Glad to have you. Glad to have everyone here. Nagy on Sports. Kit Nagy here, bringing you the beginning or our opening game of our playoffs for our simulated 2022 season in advance of the draft. And Phil is, if you're just joining us, Phil is busy working around the house and around his yard. He's got some stuff to take care of this weekend, but we are hoping to bring you some Browns postseason action later today. Look for that around 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. As he finishes up his work, and we are hoping to bring you that Chargers game yet today. Tom Brady back to pass. Out to the outside, he's got a man and just comes down with the ball. Nice concentration catch on the outside from Godwin. He just high-pointed that with a defender in his face. Contested catch, and Tom Brady really put it in the only spot where Godwin was sure to come away with it, as the high point being the key on this one. Look at this throw. Nicely done. The safety coming up to contest and not able to make a play, just over his outstretched fingers, and Godwin comes down with it. Nice conversion there for a first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Little inside zone action to Fournette. Not much there, only 1 on the rush. Brings up 2nd and 9. All right, Wendell's pulling for the Buccaneers in this one. Out of the gun, Tom Brady. And a little screen action, not successful, as Gio Bernard Tom Brady put it over his head. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Back to the gun. Back to pass. Tom Brady's got a man over the middle. He's going to hit him nicely, and that is Godwin once again. And Godwin has been putting together a nice effort today, as he has been taking advantage of some gaps in the zone, as he does there. And that'll end the 3rd quarter as we move to the 4th with Tampa Bay driving. 1st and 10, 1 quarter to play. Little delayed handoff up the middle. I think that's Gio Bernard. It is his first rush of the day for 3 yards. Now 252 total yards for the Buccaneers. Tom Brady out of the gun. Surveys the field. He's going to air it deep. Man in the area, but a lot of defenders in that spot. Kind of just like a rainbow ball from Tom Brady. Gives the defense a chance to recover and make a nice play on the ball. 3rd and 7, out to the outside. He's got a man, but unable to corral it is Mike Evans on the perimeter. He had his feet in a position to come down in bounds, but not able to catch the ball. Brings up a 4th and 7, and a field goal attempt here from Tampa Bay. The kick is up, and the kick is good. That is going to narrow the lead for Chicago to 4. A 21-17 ball game with 14-14 remaining in the game. Yeah, Wendell, a lot of folks are very high on the Browns, including odds makers. This roster obviously is excellent, having a top 5 franchise quarterback, if he's true to form, on your roster makes a huge deal. And the fact that the suspensions, if is served, does not seem to be likely to be served this year, makes a big difference in that, because it most likely, barring injury, he's playing for the Browns all season long, and if that's the case, I think the Browns have an excellent chance to make the playoffs as Montgomery makes a nice cut, breaks some tackles, and picks up a first down. That was an incredible run from Montgomery, and he has been so special today. Winfield on the tackle, but not before Montgomery picks up a very nice first down for these Bears. That was just a tough run that looked like Nick Chubb out there as he went out and, nice cuts, nice vision in the hole, breaking tackles, and forcing his way to the sticks is Montgomery. Just feels in the gun, takes the snap, surveying the field, kind of taking a lot of pressure, and does eventually go down. That's Joe Tryon on the sack, his third. He has had a very good day, has Joe Tryon, with the hat trick. What do you mean by pick up 2 guards, defensive tackles? I don't think they're going to be drafting any guards. They've got really their 10 that they're going to roster already on the roster. Out on the outside, Montgomery, little screen pass, again, past his blockers, but that's only going to pick up 4, 3rd and 14. If you're talking about drafting defensive tackles, however, in the 3rd round, or you're talking about 2nd round, I don't expect the defensive tackles to be drafted in the 2nd round for the Browns. They only have 1 pick there at 44. Their next 2 picks are both 3rd round picks. One, the compensatory pick that they picked up for Mensa, going to the Vikings and becoming their GM. But 2nd round D tackles. I've already talked about this a number of times, but I do not expect a D tackle to be the pick at 44, whether a trade up or a trade back type scenario, and that's for a lot of reasons. But I think unless it's a pass rush D tackle, which is possible, there are a few of those type of guys. But in terms of positional value and kind of how this draft looks to be unfolding, as Mike Evans picks up a nice first down over the middle, and Tom Brady quickly putting together a response to the fact that they forced a punt. Did his defense. Mike Evans open over the middle quickly. But, positional value and the way this draft is dropping, and really where the talent and the band of talent is expected to be, I expected, especially with lining up with needs, I'd much more likely, I would say, that you'd see an edge or a wide receiver picked with that 2nd round pick. D tackle, I expect maybe one of the 2 3rd round picks, as it looked like not Tampa Bay. The Bears were offside there. Free play here for Tampa Bay, as indeed they were. Encroachment on the defense, and that's on Akeem Hicks. Brings up a 2nd and 5, as the free play did not pick up more than the penalty was on its own. So they'll take those penalty yards, 2nd and 5. Tom Brady back to pass, out to the outside, quick completion to Mike Evans, and that'll pick up the first down for sure. But no, I don't expect the D tackle position to be drafted, until probably 3rd round somewhere, maybe that compensatory pick, and then or possibly even later in the draft. There is some guys that you could look at later in that draft at that position that would be still value at where the Browns are picking. So Leonard Fournette, little swing pass out to the outside, another first down for Tom Brady. Very effective drive so far, still down 4 with 10 minutes to go in the game. Inside handoff, that's Leonard Fournette again. 2nd and 8. 9.5 to play. Tom Brady in the gun. Trips left. Guy over the middle hits him. That's Godwin. And another first down. Very efficient and effective first and second down plays here for the Buccaneers. That's how you get it done. And Tom Brady, a wizard at those kind of plays and these kinds of throws. Deep throw from Tom Brady. He's got a man, but unable to corral it is Mike Evans, and that's not like him. You expect him to make those kind of physical catches, especially contested ones up high. And unable to make that one is Mike Evans in the end zone, 2nd and 10. Tom Brady in the gun, bunch formation, split left. He's got his man. He's going to dump it off to Mike Evans kind of underneath there, but still able to pick up a few extra yards after the catch. 3rd and 1. 307 total yards now for Tampa Bay. Tom Brady with a snap. Finds a man underneath and gets it in his hands quickly. That is Gage, the 3rd receiver for Tampa Bay. So it's possible, Wendell, that Deshaun Watson... I don't think they actually need Deshaun Watson on this roster. Their wide receiver core is very, very good. We just saw their 3rd receiver there, Gage. And, there are a bunch of rosters in the NFL where he would easily be a number 2 receiver on that roster. So he's really good. So I don't know that they need him. Plus, Deshaun has talked about possibly retiring, so we'll see what happens as Tom Brady is very quickly sacked there. Pressure came up the middle very quickly on that one. Brings up a 2nd and 19. And Deshaun Watson, obviously, or Deshaun Jackson, is obviously getting pretty long in the tooth. And older receivers, especially when they lose a step or two, when they're burners, lose a lot of, viability in terms of being picked up as a free agent. Underneath to Mike Evans. He's going to come away with that one, bringing up a 3rd and 13. His 7th reception of the day, 81 yards for him. Tight formation to the left brings one of the tight ends in motion. Tom Brady under center, single back. Hands off to that single back. That's Fournette kind of fighting his way in the pocket, kind of up the back of one of his blockers and kind of tripped up there. Not able to do much on this one. Brings up a 4th and 14 and a kick attempt for Tampa Bay. They kick it, and it's good, bringing them within 1. So a very tight game now, 21-20, and the Bears to take over. 5:55 left in this one. What has been a very back-and-forth game, but exciting nonetheless. So, Justin Fields, as you can see, 15 of 16, very, very efficient for the young quarterback. Under center and I formation, hands off up the middle. That's Montgomery out on the outside. 24 rushes for him, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Incredible day for him. That rushing attack has been big for this offense and making Justin Fields' life that much easier. Swing pass out to Montgomery, nobody out there with him, and he's going to pick up a bunch of yardage out on the outside, bringing up a 3rd and 1. His 6th reception on the day, 45 yards. Little handoff out on the outside. Montgomery, quick, easy first down, and only the safety there to make the tackle is Winfield. Really, without Winfield being there, he was gone, as that was a big, big hole. Yes, George, they really, that's the one thing about, I like Chicago, and I obviously like Justin Fields a lot, but that was, Chicago is not the team I wanted to see draft him, because they've got, honestly, one of the worst situations for a young quarterback to go into, and those are the kind of things that really ruin young, talented quarterbacks. And I don't want to see that happen to Justin Fields. But, bad situations can absolutely ruin a young quarterback, and this is not a good situation for them. They have a woeful roster in terms of, compared to many other teams in the NFL. Not that there's not talent there, but, not to the level that some of these other teams, especially on their O-line, which is not great. And we saw a lot of that as he, took an awful lot of sacks in his rookie season, and it looks to take many more in his sophomore attempt. Just Fields the pass, scrambling in the pockets, trying to find a gap, but unable, as Tryon is going to come away with his 4th sack of the day. I would not be surprised to see a safety picked up in the draft, especially later in the draft. Like a 6th round type or a 7th round type. Developmental prospect they're potentially high on, but the re-signing of Harrison really makes that less of a position of need for the Browns. I would say it was kind of their 4th position of need, if you will, prior to the re-signing of Ronnie Harrison. But now that they've brought him back on a 1-year deal, the position, obviously, I do think they want to have some guys to develop behind Ronnie Harrison, especially if he doesn't come back after this prove-it deal, as Tampa Bay is going to take over on their 2-yard line. Inside handoff, that's Fournette, only able to pick up a few yards, but give us a little bit of breathing room to Tom Brady. But that will bring up the 2-minute warning in this one. 21-20. We'll see what Tom Brady does with his long field to go. See if he can come back again. Tom Brady out of his end zone. Got a man over the center on a slant route. That is Godwin. And Godwin able to pick up that first down. Tampa Bay no huddle. Out of the outside, he's got a man, and that is Gage again. He has been so good on this one. Tom Brady now 35 for 49, throwing all day long. But in terms of who they look to develop, they've got a guy I think they're pretty high on. And I'm totally blanking on his name right now. The only name that's coming to me is Fields, but it's not Fields. It's the other one. It's the other young sophomore defender for the Browns that they picked up later in the draft. But looks to be very good as Tom Brady finds yet another receiver. That's actually Gage again, and his great day continues. 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay. But I think they're pretty happy with their safety room, but that doesn't mean they won't look to add to that room and find more developmental prospects to put in there, to develop behind their starters. Obviously, they like a lot of defenders secondary defenders on the field, playing a lot of nickel and a lot of dime. So having more guys back there is obviously valuable. Tom Brady under center in the eye. He's got a hole to his running back. That's Fournette out on the outside. And quickly, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have gone the length of the field, 1:05 to play. And if they punch it in here, is it too soon with that 1-point disadvantage? And Fournette, quick touchdown. But you have to worry, that might be too soon. Obviously, all the momentum in Tampa Bay's favor here with 1:03 to play. But if Fields continues his great day, as efficient as he's been, he might very well be able to bring this one back, and the point advantage could be the difference in this one. We'll see if they elect to go for 2 here, though. And they do. So they're going to come out and try for a 2-point conversion here. Out of the gun, Tom Brady to throw for it. Surveying, but he's going to get... Oh, not going to... Just managed to avoid the first tackler, but the second one gets home and able to sack Tom Brady. No good on the 2-point conversion. Obviously, that's what you elect to do. Either way, they have to beat you by a touchdown here. A field goal will not get it done, but, still opens the door. Having not converted that, does not, give them the opportunity to stay tied with a touchdown. It's if with a touchdown, obviously Chicago would win. So we'll see what the young Justin Fields can do here, and if he continues his very efficient drive ways, obviously they can score very quickly if he does more of that. So Justin Fields will take over at his own 22. So he's going to have a long way to go to get this one done, but just over a minute to play. And a long way, and only it's actually just under a minute, 59 seconds, and 78 yards to get only the 6 to win. He's got to get out of bounds. So does Mooney. So they're going to do a no huddle there. 7-second runoff, 39 seconds to play. And Justin Fields out to the outside. Look for him to run. He needs to be out of bounds if he's going to do anything. But he instead cuts to the inside. 30 seconds left. He does pick up a whole bunch of yards, but they're going to go no huddle again. No timeouts to burn. 20 seconds left in the game. Throws to the outside. A wobbler. T.Y. Hilton still in bounds. And that's tick, tick, tick. This is getting ugly. He's got one snap left. They've got to go to the end zone right now. Last chance. This is the game. Throws underneath. That's not going to get it done. T.Y. Hilton tackled quickly. And Tampa Bay comes out ahead in this one on a game-winning drive from the legendary Tom Brady. Goes 98 yards to win the game on an incredible drive, and Justin Fields not able to do the same. So Tampa Bay comes away with the win on this one in what was a mostly dominated by the Bears game. But Tom Brady's hanging around long enough, able to get it done with one last drive, as he has done so many times in his Hall of Fame career. We see Justin Fields upset by the loss. He's young, so he'll have more opportunities, but obviously not the outcome he was looking for. So Tampa Bay wins this one 26-21. As you can see, 370 yards for Tom Brady at a 72.5 completion percent rating and 1 touchdown, while Justin Fields was incredibly efficient, 92.8% completion percentage and 214 yards and a touchdown. Our stat leaders, 26 carries, that's a big workload, 157 yards and 2 touchdowns for David Montgomery. Darnell Mooney, only 2 receptions on the day, 34 yards. T.Y. Hilton, 6 receptions, 55 yards. Obviously, without Phil, I can't show you the rest of the stats, but this one was a very nice come-from-behind victory for Tom Brady and his Buccaneers. And Chicago unable to respond in the waning moments, and really a bit of clock management was the concern there. Being the fact they couldn't get out of bounds, really rookie mistake, or not rookie, he's not a rookie anymore, but like a rookie mistake there for Justin Fields, not going out of bounds instead of cutting inside, forcing with no timeouts, a cut to the inside, as Phil's going to take us through the stats here quickly, so you'll get a chance to look at them as they scroll by. But unfortunate that Justin Fields makes that mistake to cut back to the inside. That wasted a whole bunch of time with that hurry up to get to the huddle again, and the no huddle situation not getting it done, and really only one last shot with a throw underneath, not going to get it done to T.Y. Hilton. So Bears not able to respond with their lack of timeouts and poor Madden-influenced clock management. So that will end this one. Thanks for joining us, and we, of course, enjoy bringing these to you every time. They are fun, and if you haven't already done so, please check out the description of this or any of our videos for a link to our Discord. That's how the best, most reliable way to get notifications for when we're going to go live. Also, it gives you an opportunity to chat with us and chat with our fellow Nagion Nation fans, and then it gives you some other cool things that you can go do. But a free link to that is available in the description, as Phil is going to take us a look at the remainder of the playoffs here. But But hope you'll join us there. Hope you'll join us next time. We do hope to bring another Browns game, or our first Browns playoff game against the Chargers yet later today. So with that, we'll say go Buccaneers. They won this one. And as always, go